Lightweight, lip service turns nuclear. It started with one Liverpudlian jab that landed far outside the cage. Sitting on the full send couch, Paddy the Batty Pimblett flashed his trademark grin and declared that the old lightweight guard would age out in 2 years. Then he singled out the one young name already inside the top 10, Arman Tsarukyan, branding him a little posh boy spoon-fed by Daddy's silver platter. The podcast studio roared, but the Armenian contender was scrolling. Within minutes, Tsarukyan fired a digital counter-right. Funny accent, budget Beatles haircut, call me out if you win, clown. Fans loved the savage meme, yet the bigger sting came from above. Asked whether Arman still deserved a title shot after pulling out of UFC 311, Dana White shook his head. He's gotta earn it again. Suddenly, Saturday's co-main event isn't just Chandler Pimblett. It's Paddy's audition for a post-fight call-out that could trigger the next lightweight grudge match. And if that call-out happens, Tsarukyan says he'll show who soils his trunks when the octagon door locks. But before we watch tempers boil in Miami, a warrior thousands of miles away was literally cooling off. Jiri's frozen lake. Ritual. No fight booked, no opponent confirmed. Yet Jiří Procházka couldn't resist another viral stunt. A drone camera pans across a snow-white Czech mountain range, then zooms down to reveal the former light heavyweight king shadowboxing on a sheet of ice so clear you can see the water swirl beneath. Every step looks like a slip waiting to happen. But Jiří glides, pivots, throws spinning elbows, and bows to the horizon as if saluting some unseen samurai ancestor. Fans dubbed it Samurai 2.0, while analysts wondered aloud, is this just social media theater, or proof that the man who dethroned Jamahal Hill at UFC 311 is preparing for something huge? Procházka teased, "Video next week, stay tuned," adding that the Frozen Lake Challenge opened a totally new world. Translation: if your training partners can't keep you guessing, Mother Nature will. Whittaker's Volkanovski warning. Robert Whittaker knows what it feels like to have people write you off after a knockout. So when he dissected Alexander Volkanovski's upcoming clash with Diego Lopes, he refused to parrot the washed-up narrative. Yes, Volk is 37 and coming off back-to-back stoppage losses. Islam Makhachev's head kick and Ilia Topuria's thunderous left hook still replay on highlight reels. But Whittaker insists the Aussie's grit, fight IQ, and wrestling chain are second to none. Still, which Volk shows up is the million-dollar question. Whittaker believes the version that bullied Makhachev in their first meeting would outclass Lopes, yet admits momentum is a real, ruthless force. Lopes, riding a hype train fueled by a surgical beatdown of Brian Ortega, is 30, fearless, and convinced destiny has switched camps. The Reaper's bottom line, if Volk can silence age and chin doubts early, he reclaims gold. If not, Miami might witness a changing of the featherweight guard. Chandler's reboot versus Paddy's prophecy. Michael Iron. Chandler can still hear the Madison Square Garden crowd groan when Charles Oliveira slipped out of his late-round barrage and stole the decision. Bad taste in my mouth, Chandler admitted this week, promising a smarter, more measured attack in Miami. Yet he couldn't resist adding that he's always a half-second away from swinging for the fences, because that's what fans pay to see. Paddy Pimblett, meanwhile, treats Chandler like a rite of passage. He's a Bellator legend, 2-4 in the UFC, and I finish him in 2, the Scouser predicted, calling Chandler's octagon IQ some of the worst I've ever seen. Chandler shrugged off cheating accusations from past fights, but Paddy doubled down. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Just don't whine when the ref spots it. The bout is officially 5 rounds. Yet neither man seems interested in seeing the championship minutes. Gene Silva promises Bryce Mitchell will quit. Gene Silva turned a standard main card matchup into the people's main event by calling Bryce Mitchell a flat-earth hillbilly and vowing to make him surrender. Silva's hype game is equal parts Conor-esque bravado and genuine belief. He even promised to throw a hillbilly-themed after-party once the bonus check clears. Mitchell, never short on colorful theology, responded with tales of demons attacking him in his sleep since the press conference. In Arkansas drawl, he framed UFC 314 as a spiritual battleground. legions of demons every night, but Jesus wins. Silva says, that's fine. Just show up on the 12th, brother. The Brazilian predicts a finish without unnecessary violence. He'll tap, and I won't keep hitting. I'm no coward. Whether you see prophecy or promotion, the feud has fans glued to every pre-fight clip. Cannonier wants a real fight. This time, Jared Cannonier still feels robbed of adrenaline, not scorecards, when he rewatches his 2022 split decision over Sean Strickland. He didn't come forward, Cannonier sighed on the Overdogs podcast, adding that Strickland found his killer instinct only after that night and wrote it to the title. A rematch, Cannonier argues, would feature a sharper Strickland and a hungrier Killa Gorilla, meaning fireworks for everyone else. Cannonier's calculus is simple. Win a fight fans actually replay, and the UFC can't ignore him. Strickland, nursing a rebuilt nose and the sting of losing his belt, might welcome a violent reset. One thing is clear, Cannonier refuses to dance for points again. I'm trying to make you feel it, he said, promising to plant his feet and swing until someone drops. O'Malley versus Merab 2. Don't like it? Don't watch. When the UFC booked Merab Dvalishvili's first title defense against the man he just dethroned, half the fan base erupted. Threads lit up with claims of favoritism, wasted time, and stalled divisions. MMA Fighting dubbed it the biggest waste of time, while memes compared it to handing out participation trophies. Sean O'Malley's response? 2 words on the Ariel Helwani show: don't watch. He shrugged off questions about merit, saying critics could binge reality TV instead. Merab didn't mind. He predicted a finish this time. Whether you view the booking as smart business or promotional malpractice, the backlash itself has amplified buzz around UFC 316, exactly what the UFC loves: theft of a champion's crown. At 4:45 a.m. in Phoenix, a burglar slipped into Henry Cejudo's podcast studio, plucked his very first UFC belt off the shelf, and bolted, leaving shattered glass and a stunned producer who thought the intruder was Cejudo moving in the dark. Less than a week earlier, Cejudo had subdued a DUI suspect who crashed into his neighbor's house, earning headlines for heroic civic duty. Now he was filing a police report, mourning the theft of a priceless keepsake and roughly $10,000 in gear. The MMA community rallied fast. Offers of private gym footage, reward money, even replica belts flooded social media. Cejudo, ever the competitor, vowed to track down the culprit with triple C efficiency. If the belt resurfaces, expect another viral clip, this time starring a burglar learning why you don't mess with an Olympic gold medalist.